Welcome to Academic Web Services Training. I am your host, David Pinter, and in this session what we're going to be talking about is comparing files. Now, sometimes when you're working with files, you're going to realize that you've done a lot of editing and there's two documents that are pretty much the same, and you might be using the same document or you might just be using one of those two. So in this case, I have two documents right here that are basically the same, but I know there's a lot of different changes and I need to find out what the comparison is between the two. So what you want to do basically is this, is you want to go over to this tools palette right here over in the Adobe Acrobat. And what you can do is you can take these icons and take them and drag them over to here if you want. So you'll always have them on hand. What I usually do is I have compare files and I have stamp. So those are two that I've compared, because once I've compared them, I want to put a stamp on one of them to know that it's been approved or it's not approved and so forth. Let's go now into compare files. So right now we're talking about this document right here, okay, which is this top document. And we're going to go over here to compare files. So here we have this file here, and we want to compare it to the one that's here, so the one that's on the desktop. So let's select that file and then go to desktop, and we'll choose this CMHC evaluation form, and we'll hit open. Now what we're going to do is we're going to compare the text only on this. So let's now hit compare. You can see down here it's preparing. It's now comparing the two files. And what it's going to do here, and once it's completed, is look at the two files side by side. And right here, as you can see, it's telling you that we have 21 total changes or discrepancies within the document. It's this first document versus the second document. So this document versus this one. Let's take a look at what we have here. I'm going to start scrolling down. And what I like about Adobe Acrobat Pro is that it allows you to see in orange the highlighted areas that have been changed. So over here we have the phone number, GCU Lope, and over here we have the actual phone number itself. So that was a change. There's another one here, it says instructor, and another one on this side, it says, it looks like a typo error, so we know to change and fix that one. Check all boxes that are pertinent. Over here it says check all boxes that apply. Other and other over here looks like we have semicolons and so forth. So glossary, appendix, so things have been changed, and we want to basically make sure that we change them so they're all consistent throughout all the documents. If some faculty members are getting both documents, you want to make sure that they're similar in the wording that they're using throughout the whole document. So this is what we're looking at. Now once we have this all set up, what we want to do now is stamp and say that the results are different in this other document. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to come down here to the icon stamp. And nothing has changed yet except this little box popped up, this little menu here that's showing you the stamps that are available. So I'm going to go to the stamps palette, and what it has here, it has different types of stamps. And if you notice, I can take one of these stamps, we have a little flyout box, and it shows you that we have favorite, dynamic sign here, and standard business ones. And if we go through each one of these, you have one that says approved. And let's say this was approved, which it is not. I would take it and then just click on it, and then I come over here and then click on the document itself. And you notice that I can now then resize it if I want to. Okay, so let me delete that out for a second. Let's see what else we have here. We have sign here, and we have all different types of areas where you can put initials in and so forth. The type of form that we would need to do that with. I thought that was kind of interesting. And let's see what else we have here. We have standard business. Now what's interesting about this is that all of these stamps, we can create any stamp we want. And this one right here, this particular stamp, I created in Illustrator, which is very nice because we can now have our own custom stamps created inside of Illustrator and then brought into an Acrobat Pro. If I come over here and I take a look at Illustrator, you can see that I just basically have an illustration document here. And just a simple background that I added a transparency to. It's currently right here just 50% transparent. So if it was in fact on top of text, just the background area would be transparent, but not the text itself. And we can create any kind of logo that we want here, which I found very interesting. So there you go. Save it out, send it off to the editors and so forth, and let them make the changes until you find out which ones you're going to actually need to be approved. So there you go. Comparison and stamps inside of Adobe Acrobat Pro.